Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's Queer Chat with Brian and
Teri, hi, how are you? I haven't
Good.
talked to you in moments.
Oh, it seems like it's been minutes. Uh,
Yes, well, you know, the people are going to know we taped a couple of these things in a row because the wardrobe staff didn't show up.
yeah, I could have done. I could easily do a couple costume changes while we're on this
We would have been
segment if
able
that
to
would
just
help.
do quick wardrobe changes so
Yeah.
they think it's a different day.
Yep.
Yeah. So much for that. Hey, but what I was hoping we could do, if you don't mind, um, last time we talked about how we navigate uh, being with family, being home for the holidays
Mhm.
as LGBTQ people. And of course, there's a wide range. Some are out, some are not, some are
Right.
accepted, some are not, all of that. Um, but now I'd like to ask, what do we do if we can't be home
Hmm.
for the holidays?
So, what are some reasons that we might not be able to be with family that you were thinking of?
Well, I mean, well, first of all, it's not just, I spent 28 years in the military.
Yeah.
And so there were a lot of times
Hmm.
that we could not be with family. And it might just be part of the family
Distance.
together.
Yeah. I mean, distance, right? Like you just don't
Yeah,
live anywhere near your family, and it's not
yeah,
possible to kind of get close to
right.
them.
And
Um,
there are jobs, if you are working in a delivery type distribution logistics type of job, you are going to be very busy during the holidays,
right,
particularly leading up to Christmas.
right, right,
And so sometimes you just, I'm sorry, all of us want somebody to deliver a package on Christmas. None of us wants to be the person who drives the truck.
right. So maybe
So,
distance, it may be other obligations.
yeah.
It may be just whether or
Yeah,
not we're welcome, to be with our family, whether
it
our
could
family is
be.
welcoming of us.
Yes. And, um, unfortunately, there are people who they're either afraid whether the family really would not welcome them or not. That's their perception. There are people who basically are allowed to be there for the family as long as they'll be like what the family wants them to be.
Yeah, right,
And that's very inauthentic.
right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I've got a personal situation. Um,
Yeah, what's going on?
my ex and I, we kind of worked it out where, you know,
So I think you're
we
frozen
do a
for a minute.
Zoom call
Okay,
so that the one who's not there can still have some interaction with the kids.
okay.
I say kids, they're grown men. Well, I just had a medical infusion
Hmm.
and it has rendered me, and it's we don't have time to talk to all about it, but it's rendered me completely immunosuppressed,
Right,
which means I have no immunity to
right,
anything. I have to wear a mask. I can't be around groups of
right.
people. You know, we were going to be taping these in one
Personally,
another's exalted presence.
right.
Yeah, and instead we're
Yeah,
doing it this way.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's
So,
going on with the Thanksgiving situation with your ex-wife?
well, she is going to. Two of my sons live in New England, and one
Okay.
lives down in a separate country, Texas. And so, so the one from Texas said, "I'm tired of flying back. It's
Mhm.
your turn." So they're all going to Texas,
Okay.
and so I'll be here.
Right.
But then add my suppressed immunity, and so I'll not only be here, I'll be here alone.
Right.
Um,
Mm.
and so that adds a dynamic. But another dynamic is that my ex has a special friend, and so
Mm.
that special friend is going to go with her
Ah.
to Texas for the holiday.
So this will be the first time the kids have met the
And, and now she was kind enough to call me and let me know.
uh
Boyfriend? Yeah, I'll call
yeah.
it that. No, actually, without going into all the particulars, it's somebody that we knew, that like my ex and I knew, because I was
Yeah.
pastor of the church he was a member of.
Right. Right.
And
Okay.
he's a wonderful guy.
Hmm.
And the I don't know, one or two of the boys have met him.
Okay.
But yes, it'll be the first time they're all together that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And one of the things my ex and I have always tried to do, and we're changing the flavor of the conversation. We've tried to be careful there with them. I don't want them to feel like they have to walk on eggshells in saying
Right.
anything to me.
Right.
Yeah. But so there's dynamics like that that can make it a challenge
Hmm.
in a family. And sometimes there's things like sickness, or other
Right.
things,
Right.
whether it's the you that's sick, or somebody that you're close to, or
Hmm.
just a number of other things. So there's a lot of reasons why we might be away from family for the
Right.
holidays.
Right.
What do we do?
Right.
Well, I'm sitting at your feet, awaiting an
Oh,
answer.
okay. Sorry. We've had some
What?
video glitch uh
Yes, it's
today.
mine's
So
solid.
what do we do? Well, I think there's probably two different ways you can go about it. And we talked about this a little bit. One is, I think one of the big things about being part of the queer community is you create a family, and
Yes,
that's one of the great things. And so you may have certain friends, you have certain people in your life that become sort of a surrogate family. And I don't think there's anything wrong in just letting someone know that, hey, I'm not, hey, just so I'm not gonna, I'm not going home for Thanksgiving. I don't really have anything to do. Not that you're sort of trying to worm an invitation to somebody else's Thanksgiving, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you just sort of
okay,
let some
so
of your close friends know that maybe you don't have anything to do. I mean, I know a lot of times people have huge, kind of family events, and one more person's not really going to change things that much. So that might be one thing, is, just sort of let a couple of your close friends know that, and maybe try to score an invitation of what they're doing. Or you could also then just do something with your friends. A lot of people have celebrate a Friendsgiving, as they call it,
yes,
and you just have a group of friends get together. And it could be something where most people are having dinner with their family earlier in the day, and you do this later in the day.
yes.
You just kind of hang out and watch some fun movies in your jammies, and then get ready and have some of your friends over for, like a Friendsgiving that evening. And just tell them to all bring some leftovers from
That
where
could
they
be
went, and
fun.
just have, kind of like a fun event.
Yeah. Well, there are also things. So as I looked at my situation, and whether I'd had this infusion or not, I knew that I was going to be here and away from my family.
Mhm.
And so I have some girlfriends in our apartment complex who are also single. And so we had talked about doing something
Hmm.
together.
Yeah.
Um, I had another couple, some friends that they invited me to theirs.
Mhm.
But you know what else you can do? Is you can always go to a community meal. There are meals for the homeless. There are
Mm.
meals at different types of things. Um, and going to a community meal, either to because the thing is, a lot of the community meals, I don't know specifically here, uh, something that may normally be a meal for the homeless is
Mhm.
just opened up to anybody.
Huh. I
And
wasn't aware of
so,
that option.
yeah, so it gives you
Huh.
an opportunity to mix with people
Hmm.
and to share love with people. The other thing, you can go to one of those and volunteer.
Yeah.
And it's
Mm.
hard to be lonely when you're busy on the line helping
Mhm.
serve food,
Right.
or in the back chopping up stuff, or whatever it
Right.
is you're doing.
Right.
So that can be a great way to
Mhm.
do it.
Yeah. Nice. So what
So,
about and I think
so
especially
you
this
think,
year, if we think about, with COVID still not being under control, what do
yes,
you think about just sort of having a day, a meditative day maybe, of just giving thanks, and just spending it by yourself. I think, in some level that could be sort
yeah.
of attractive to me as well.
Well, it certainly would be an opportunity for personal growth,
Yeah.
and refocusing on what holidays might be about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think in that
Um,
regard, you can just go and get like your favorite, grocery stores have so many like prepared stuff now. You can,
right.
just kind of go, or there's restaurants I know that are open on Thanksgiving. You can just get something from there, or just, make yourself a turkey sandwich and enjoy it
Yeah.
with your favorite wine or something. That could be quite nice. Just curl up on the couch.
Yeah. Well, the day before Thanksgiving is a terrible day for travel.
Mm,
It's as I understand it, it's the busiest time for
mhm.
airports and
Right.
airlines. They're overbooked and the highways are clogged and
Yep.
all of that. But if you're able to leave a couple of days early or on Thanksgiving Day even,
Yeah.
um, you can always take a trip
Yeah. Yeah. That's not too bad.
because there are a lot of
Thanksgiving Day is always a pretty easy day to travel.
destinations that don't have a lot of family or a lot of other tourists or things there.
Yeah. Huh. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Um, so let me share one last idea
Mhm.
that I had is last year it was cute. It just kind of erupted spontaneously. I think somebody got on Twitter and they said, "I'm home by myself for the holidays. I have made a table and I have a turkey.
Mhm.
Anybody wants to come, please let me know who you are and what you're bringing."
Yeah.
Well, the next person that came and they started putting stick figures in,
Yeah.
and so I'm making up names, but say Samantha was the first one there, and she made the open invitation, and then Julie came, and
Mhm.
then Brett came, and then Tom came, and just all these different people started
Yeah.
coming, and one brought the the turkey, one brought their famous pumpkin pie.
Mhm.
You know what I took?
What?
Burnt rolls.
Is that what you're known for?
No, but the thing is, in our family, it kind of became a laughing family tradition
Yeah.
because no matter who it was in the kitchen, you're trying to fix so many things that all have to be ready simultaneously.
Yep.
And so at the last minute, you throw in the rolls and everybody's busy doing this and that, and they
Yep.
get forgotten. And when you smell it or you hear the smoke alarm,
Yep.
everybody says, "Oh, the rolls."
I always say,
And
like, when you're toasting things, like, there's like a millisecond difference between completely underdone and then burnt. And if you
yes,
turn your back, that's when that happens.
perfect,
I,
right.
I can totally relate to that. So that's funny.
And it happened to enough different ones of us that it wasn't a thing where, this person's terrible, don't let him near it. It was something like whoever was given the roll job knew that in real effect, their job was to burn at least part of them.
Well, that's
So
genius. I love it.
I could have, because it was imaginary, I could have taken a ham, I could have taken
Yeah.
a pie, but I
Yeah.
took burnt rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think
So,
that's a fantastic idea
um,
and some fun ways to think about, what you might do if you can't be with your family, sort of, or ways to be with your, uh, kind of made family, constructed family, or friends, or things like that. Just a way to get through the day and hopefully have fun. And it's about giving thanks. And so, what's one thing you're thankful for this year, Terry, as we wrap up?
well, this will sound I don't know, schmarmy or whatever, but I'm damn thankful for you, friend.
Well, I'm
You
thankful for
know,
you too, my love.
yeah, but let me develop this.
Okay.
And because I said that to you, you don't get to say it in reverse. Um, but but you know what? You have come into our church and you have given life in ways that I never dreamed I would see.
Mm,
You have brought creativity and you've brought passion, you've brought openness, you've cultivated the gifts of others,
mm.
you've helped create an atmosphere of collaboration. I should be writing your next resume, you know that.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say
Um,
I've got it recorded, so I can take these notes down when you're done.
or just send them a copy of the tape.
There you go.
Yeah. So, but then beyond all of that, so I mean, professionally, you've done a phenomenal job
Thank you.
and you've been a great friend to so many of us. Personally, you've been there for me, and you've treated me like a lady. You have been very kind and considerate at every turn.
No.
And as I've dealt with negotiating some of my medical issues, you've been very sensitive to that. You've been a confidant, as we've developed this programming. I think we found in each other somebody that we can speak and, you know, just know that it's a bond between us.
Yeah.
So I have a lot for which to be grateful, but the first thing that came to my mind when you said that is you. So
Thank you, my love.
yes, dear, and I do love you. Now it's your turn. What's one thing you're grateful for?
And so I can't say how much I appreciate you, which I do immeasurably. Maybe a different, maybe a
You
different
just
time.
did, dear. You can do whatever you want.
So
I
I
just
do
don't
think I
want it
am
to look
grateful
like it
to
was
have
staged.
found, I do think I'm grateful to have found a spiritual home again.
Okay.
I think so often those of us in the queer community get pushed out of
Yeah.
church. We get sort of excommunicated from the place where we feel closest to God and closest to other people who are like us, and we sort of wander and we search. And a lot of times that means trying some things that may not exactly be the right fit. I've tried some different denominations and done some different things, and it's just nice to be at a Baptist church, ironically, that is so accepting and open and welcoming and treats all of us as people made in the image of God. And so I would say that's what I'm really grateful to have this year. And then the opportunities to go through seminary. And I'm going to be starting an exciting new project in the new year. I'm going to be working with a African American preacher, and we're going to be working on programs to try and help Black churches become more LGBTQ inclusive. So I'm very grateful for that
That's
opportunity.
really neat.
And
Now, does that mean you're finishing? We should probably do an episode on that all by itself because that's a big piece of news.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that'll be cool. So I just think I think God's I've felt really blessed in my spiritual life this year. And, just to sort of punctuate that, I have really appreciated having you as a mentor, as a minister, someone who has shepherded congregations for many years, who can sort of talk to me, and sees where I am earlier, in the journey. I mean, you and I aren't that far apart in age, but we're very, very far apart in terms of where we are, on our journey in terms of our careers, in the ministry. And so I've really appreciated the advice and and just sort of the sensitivity that you've shown me and helping me as I've kind of gone through and discerned the path and the ministry that's right for me. So, I think that's another big part of what I'm grateful for this year. So thanks,
Thank you.
thanks to God, thanks to you, and thanks to all of our viewers and our listeners for this. I hope they've enjoyed kind of getting to know us a little bit as we've kind of dive deep into a lot of discussions and things. And I look forward to doing more of this with you and continuing
All
what
right.
we've started here.
Well, thank you. So this has been another wonderful, thrilling, exciting episode of Queer Chat with
Brian,
and Terry.
all right.
Thank you.
Thanks, love. Have a great holiday.